Professor Collett, in the phrase knowingly transports, would that include a taxi cab driver who a young lady hops in the cab and says, "Take me to the abortion clinic, I need an abortion"? Would they be guilty of violating this code section?
Congressman, I don't believe so, because it also requires with the intention to assist her in obtaining the abortion.
Taking them to the abortion clinic is not assisting?
It is not with the intention of her assisting her in doing that.
Okay. Knowingly transport, does that include someone who hops in the taxi cab with the pregnant teenager?
Have they hopped in the taxi cab with the intention of helping her evade the state's parental involvement law?
The question is transports.
I understand, Congressman, because this has criminal sanctions, it will be strictly construed under constitutional standards, and therefore you have to meet all elements.
Yeah, but so if it's strictly, you're not transporting, you're just accompanying, is that the same thing?
Again, it depends on the intention.
You need to have intention to evade the law.
The mens rea is just on the intent to get an abortion, not the mens rea to evade the parental consent. Is that right?
Crossing state lines, that's correct.
Is there... Does the law exempts parents from the application? Does it exempt a sister?
No, not on the face of the statute.
So the sister accompanying a pregnant sister would violate criminal law by accompanying her sister to the abortion clinic?
Unless the law that is to be applied, the law of the minor's residence, includes siblings. There are a couple of states that do.
This doesn't for the federal.
I'm sorry? Where is it exempt from this law?
The requirement is that they apply the law of the minor's residence, and therefore if the law of the minor's residence allows an other adult relative to accompany the minor, they would not be in violation of the law of the
But in the absence of that, the sister would be violating federal law?
That would be correct.
Okay, if a college student lived in a state, was a resident of a state without parental consent law, went to college in a state without a parental consent law, and sought an abortion, why does this law require a 24-hour parental consent?
The law does not use college attendance as a standard. Under that standard, there would be numerous adults that would be subject to the involvement of someone else. This law, in fact, deals with adults only.
The college wasn't, if you're in another state without a parental consent law, for any reason, say college, your home state does not have a parental consent law. You are performing the abortion in a state that is not the residence of the teenager. This law requires a 24-hour notice, notwithstanding the fact that neither state has a parental consent law. Is that right?
I'm sorry, Congressman, could you direct me to the provision? I'm confused by your
Page
question.
7, line 15.
I'm sorry, I'll need the section because
Page 7.
I don't have your printing.
Section 3.
It's Section 3, Child Interstate Abortion Notification.
New section.
And it says offense generally. Number 2, parental notification. A physician who performs or endorses an abortion on a minor who is a resident of a state other than the state in which the abortion is performed must provide or cause to provide 24-hour actual notice to parents.
The numbering's different that I printed off of Thomas, but I see where you are now. I'm sorry. Yes, it does.
So there's no parental consent law in the state in which the abortion is being performed, no parental consent law in the teenager's home residence, and yet federal law is requiring a parental notice.
On a minor who is a resident of a state other than the state in which the abortion is being performed, yes.
Right. Okay. And there's any judicial bypass in that?
No.
There can't be any judicial bypass because you don't have a system in either state. Is that right?
It does not appear to be the case, although most states have emancipation laws, so you could get an order of partial emancipation. That's done in numerous states. There are at least 2 states that have parental involvement laws that have no judicial bypass in them.